is brought to you by the Belize Bank Action Plan Loans Promotion. We can provide you with the financial assistance to get you where you want to go.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, July 29th. I'm Marlene Koyar. In life, he was a well-respected businessman, a former senator, and deputy party leader of the ruling party. And more recently, he added to his credentials his appointment as ambassador to the Holy See. Oscar Ayuso Jr. was interred today at the Lord Ridge Cemetery after an official funeral service held at the Divine Mercy Church on the Northern Highway. Hundreds of family members, friends, government officials, and the diplomatic corps paid their last respects to the 51-year-old Ayuso. The chief celebrant for the service of Thanksgiving for the ambassador to the Holy See was celebrated by Bishop Dork Wright. Ayuso, deceased, was eulogized by his longtime friend, Dr. David Hoy.
Growing up, Oscar was just like the rest of us, another regular young man. The typical fights at Holy Redeemer, trying our best to impress the young ladies who mostly thought we were all just immature. High school showed some changes as we fiercely competed in basketball, mostly not to let down our math teacher, Miss Julie Boyne, who we all admired in every respect. Oscar was just as good in baseball and difficult to predict in tennis, as he was the only left-handed player. If we were playing doubles, you would definitely want him on your backhand side to cover the angles. Those were the fun times. Hugh Fuller, David Fonseca, Salahawe, Austin Witt, Joe Hoy, Dancy Queeling, Aggie, Ratman, Raymond, Chris Trevor, and so many others. Salahawe, Austin Witt, Joe Hoy, Dancy Queeling, Aggie, Ratman, Raymond, Chris Trevor, and so many others.
The funeral procession took a little under an hour to reach the Lord Ridge Cemetery, where the BDF provided the gun salute as Ayuso was laid to final rest. But before the funeral service, Prime Minister Dean Barrow and Minister of Housing Michael Finnegan shared fond memories of Ayuso's work in politics in his younger years.
What I most recollect about him is the fact that when he was in politics, he was always humble in terms of dealing with people, and he was always very feeling. When his constituents had problems and he tried to help, you had the sense that he was doing it more out of his sense of humanity than as a politician who had to react out of a sense of duty in order to get elected. He was genuine, he felt for people, he was completely empathetic, I believe is the word, in terms of suffering of poor people, and he always tried to assist, and that's how I remember him. Of course, my condolences to his family, to his wife, his children, his mother, his father, his sister. Really sad, really tragic.
Oscar was a nice and humble person. When I heard about his death and the way it happened, I was a shocked person. his daughter and my son were in the same class together at Belize Elementary School. So we usually meet with one another. I know God will forgive him whatever these sins he got, because we have one merciful God.
Ayuso died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound last Saturday night. It is reported that he caved into financial debts. He is survived by his wife, Halima, and 2 children.